Have you ever dreamed of exploring the world in your golden years, enjoying exotic destinations after decades of hard work? But there's a truth rarely discussed. Traveling after 70 can become a nightmare if you're not properly prepared. Imagine this. You're on a long flight when suddenly you feel short of breath, your heart racing, and your legs going numb. You try calling the flight attendant, but there's little they can do. When the plane lands, you're rushed to a hospital in a foreign country where nobody speaks your language. The hospital bill, over $10,000, and your insurance doesn't cover it. This isn't uncommon. Many seniors face health risks, injuries, and scams while traveling that they never anticipated. But don't worry. In this video, I'll reveal 5 hidden dangers of traveling after 70 that nobody talks about, and more importantly, how to avoid them so you can have a safe, fulfilling journey. If you or your loved ones are planning a trip, watch until the end to avoid making regrettable mistakes. Number 1. Health risks and medical emergencies. When your body isn't what it used to be. Imagine you're enjoying a beautiful afternoon in Venice, Italy. Suddenly, you feel dizzy, your heart racing, your hands and feet going cold. You know something's wrong. You're rushed to a local hospital, but the doctor doesn't speak English, your insurance isn't accepted, and the bill amounts to thousands of dollars. What's the reality? As we age, our bodies don't adapt well to long journeys. Cardiovascular systems, blood pressure, even blood circulation can all be affected when traveling far. Over 75% of emergency cases involving senior travelers are related to sudden spikes or drops in blood pressure, blood clots from sitting too long on airplanes, strokes or heart attacks triggered by environmental changes. So what can you do? Get a medical checkup before your trip. A simple examination can help determine if you're fit enough for long flights. Bring adequate medication, especially for heart conditions, blood pressure, and diabetes. Purchase good travel insurance that covers international medical expenses. Choose flights with layovers to avoid sitting for too long on one journey. Nobody wants to be stuck in a hospital when they should be sightseeing. Prepare in advance, because health is the most important factor when traveling. But health emergencies are just the beginning of what can go wrong. There's another silent threat that affects seniors more than any other age group when traveling. Let me tell you about the invisible danger that could turn your dream vacation into a health nightmare within hours of arriving at your destination. Number 1. Health risks and medical emergencies. When your body isn't what it used to be. Imagine you're enjoying a beautiful afternoon in Venice, Italy. Suddenly, you feel dizzy, your heart racing, your hands and feet going cold. You know something's wrong. You're rushed to a local hospital, but the doctor doesn't speak English. Your insurance isn't accepted, and the bill amounts to thousands of dollars. What's the reality? As we age, our bodies don't adapt well to long journeys. Cardiovascular systems, blood pressure, even blood circulation can all be affected when traveling far. Over 75% of emergency cases involving senior travelers are related to sudden spikes or drops in blood pressure, blood clots from sitting too long on airplanes, strokes or heart attacks triggered by environmental changes. So what can you do? Get a medical checkup before your trip. A simple examination can help determine if you're fit enough for long flights. Bring adequate medication, especially for heart conditions, blood pressure, and diabetes. Purchase good travel insurance that covers international medical expenses. Choose flights with layovers to avoid sitting for too long on one journey. Nobody wants to be stuck in a hospital when they should be sightseeing. Prepare in advance, because health is the most important factor when traveling. But health emergencies are just the beginning of what can go wrong. There's another silent threat that affects seniors more than any other age group when traveling. Let me tell you about the invisible danger that could turn your dream vacation into a health nightmare within hours of arriving at your destination. Number 3. Exhaustion and difficult recovery after travel. Have you ever felt completely drained after a trip? When booking your tickets, you were full of excitement. Your itinerary was packed. Morning sightseeing, afternoon shopping, evening dining on local specialties. But by the third day, your body starts to rebel. Aches all over, insomnia, loss of appetite, feeling like your energy has been completely depleted. What's really happening? It turns out people over 70 need much more time to recover from sudden changes like long flights causing dehydration, muscle pain, and joint discomfort, jet lag disrupting your biological clock, leading to prolonged insomnia. Continuous activity without adequate rest, leaving your body exhausted and vulnerable to illness. A recent study shows seniors need 3 times longer to recover from a long trip compared to younger travelers. That's why many people return home more tired than before they left, sometimes taking weeks to fully recover. Robert, 78, once took a 10-day European tour. Packed itinerary, constant movement, climate changes. The result? Even after getting home, I couldn't sleep well for 2 weeks, always feeling lethargic. I thought I was going on a relaxing vacation, but ended up completely exhausted. This condition doesn't just affect physical health, but also impacts mental well-being, making many people feel disappointed and depressed after their trip. So how can you avoid exhaustion when traveling? 1. Choose a more relaxing itinerary. Don't force yourself to race against time. Schedule rest periods between activities. 2. Drink plenty of water. Keeping your body hydrated helps reduce muscle pain and decreases the risk of deep vein thrombosis, DVT, during long flights. 3. Get enough sleep before and during your trip. Don't stay up late before your flight day, and try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Gradually adjust to new time zones. If traveling far, try adjusting your sleep schedule 1 to 2 days before departure to reduce time shock. 5. Listen to your body. If you feel overwhelmed, don't hesitate to adjust your itinerary and rest more. Travel isn't about racing through experiences, but enjoying moments. And to do that, you need a healthy body full of energy. But even when you've planned carefully, there's another danger many people don't anticipate: falls and injuries, the silent enemy of seniors when traveling. Number 4. Risk of falls and injuries. Have you ever walked on the cobblestone streets of a historic European town or climbed the steep steps of an ancient temple hundreds of years old? It's a wonderful experience, but also poses a significant risk for seniors: falling. Imagine you've just arrived in a beautiful town with pebbled pathways. It's romantic to stroll past outdoor cafes, admiring the historic architecture. But in just one moment of inattention, you trip on a protruding stone, lose your balance, and fall. A fall at 70 plus isn't just an ordinary tumble. Bones break more easily due to osteoporosis. Recovery time is much longer compared to younger people. Even a hip or knee injury can limit your mobility for an extended period. Look at the statistics. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, falls are the leading cause of serious injuries in people over 65. And what's even more frightening, in a foreign country, you might wait hours for emergency care. The cost of treating complex injuries at international hospitals can reach tens of thousands of dollars if you don't have proper insurance. We often think, I walk steadily, I've never fallen at home. But when traveling, you face many new situations: slippery surfaces due to rain or snow, uneven terrain at historic sites, old staircases, lack of handrails, crowded tourist spots where you can easily be pushed or trip over luggage. David, 72, shares his story. I was overconfident because I thought I was still fit, hiking in Thailand. But when descending a slope, I slipped and broke my wrist. As a result, the trip had to end. I had to return home for surgery, and it took 3 months to recover. So how can you reduce the risk of falls and injuries? 1. Choose appropriate destinations. If you know you have mobility issues, prioritize places with good infrastructure, flat walkways, and fewer stairs. 2. Wear sturdy footwear, athletic shoes or shoes with good grip. Avoid slippery soles or flip-flops that can easily come off. 3. Use walking sticks or walkers, if needed. Don't be afraid to use supportive devices. Sometimes, a walking stick can save you from serious injury. 4. Walk slowly. Carefully observe your surroundings. Many tourist spots have narrow paths and crowds. Pay attention to the ground, steps, and people around you. 5. Purchase travel insurance that covers injuries. In the worst case, you won't face enormous hospital bills. Most importantly, don't try to challenge yourself on difficult terrain. Travel is for enjoyment, not for taking risks. But even if you've prepared carefully for health concerns and injury prevention, there's another risk that could leave you empty-handed after your trip: financial risks and scams. Would you like to know how to avoid falling into traps set by those with bad intentions? Number 5. Financial risks and scams. You arrive in a new city, excited to explore local markets and find unique souvenirs. A vendor invites you to try a special piece of jewelry with a discount available only today. You hesitate a bit, but finally decide to make the purchase. A few days later, you discover you've been charged 5 times the actual value. And worse, when checking your bank account, you notice additional unexplained charges. This is just one of many scams that senior travelers commonly encounter. But that's not even the scariest part. Seniors are the group most likely to become targets of scammers because they tend to be less vigilant about sophisticated schemes. They use technology less frequently to verify information. They often carry more cash than younger travelers. Some common scams that many travelers over 70 have encountered: fake hotel staff, someone calls your room asking to confirm credit card information, and shortly after, your account is drained. Unmetered taxis. Drivers claim you're going the wrong way, doubling or tripling the fare. Currency exchange scams. Some places offer lower exchange rates than actual value or swap in counterfeit bills. Helpful ATM traps. A kind person offers to help you withdraw money, but is actually memorizing your PIN. And there's an even bigger financial risk: foreign medical costs. Did you know that if you face health issues while traveling without insurance, you could pay tens of thousands of dollars for a simple hospitalization? Just imagine, you get a severe cold and decide to visit a private hospital. When you return home, you learn the medical bill has reached $5,000 because the hospital ran a series of unnecessary tests. We often think, I've traveled for many years and never been scammed. But scammers are becoming increasingly sophisticated, especially when you're in a foreign country. Language barriers and lack of understanding about the financial system can make you more vulnerable than ever. The story of Barbara, 74, is a perfect example. I booked a luxury cruise on a website that looked very professional. They required me to pay 100% upfront to secure my spot. When I arrived at the port, I discovered it was a scam, and I lost $3,000 completely. No one wants to be in this situation, but you can avoid it if you know how to prevent it. So how can you protect your finances when traveling? 1. Never share credit card information over the phone or email. If you receive a call from the hotel, go to the front desk to confirm in person. 2. Use credit cards instead of cash. Credit cards have fraud protection, while cash once lost cannot be recovered. 3. Check carefully before booking tours or online services. Only use reputable websites with clear reviews. 4. Ask for the price before getting in a taxi, or use reliable ride-hailing apps. 5. Purchase travel insurance that includes medical costs and trip cancellation. This can save you thousands of dollars if something goes wrong. Always check bank statements after each international transaction. If you see unusual charges, report them immediately to your bank. Most importantly, if a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is a trap. Always be cautious of strangers approaching you with kind offers. Inspiring conclusion. Traveling at 70 isn't impossible. On the contrary, it can be the perfect time to explore the world when you have time, rich life experiences, and are no longer bound by work or family responsibilities. But the most important thing is to prepare properly. If you check your health before traveling, you'll avoid unnecessary medical risks. If you understand scam risks, you'll keep your finances safe. If you travel smart, you'll experience the world fully, without worry. Turn each trip into a memorable journey, safely, healthily, and joyfully. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Every subscription helps us continue creating quality content about safe travel for seniors. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.